Hello everybody and welcome to another knockoff review. In today's video I'm taking a look at the KO Lost Planet 01. Got this from the guys over at ShowZ. Unfortunately it has been battered and bruised and my box was absolutely annihilated. Everything was loose and it's kind of been smashed up really badly. It took a while to get here. Not really sure what happened, whether it got lost in transit or not, but as you can see, everything was incredibly loose. The weapons are all over the place, and I'm actually missing one gun because it had snapped. But other than that, everything else is okay. I just don't get why some parcels are completely immaculate and some look like they've been jumped on by a small army. Now here we have everything out of the package. Now I believe I've been pretty lucky, believe it or not. This is what was broken. It's one of the additional side cannons. This is something that Mech fan toys have been included with their releases, and I've now got the sticker stuck on my finger, haven't I? Off. Shoe sticker. And basically I only got half this one. The other half of it had snapped, but this is something that wasn't included with the original Diaclone figures, so I'm not as bothered by that as I should be maybe. And obviously we get this additional gun as well. Other than that, everything else is pretty much as you would expect from the Diaclone line. I have some paint kind of missing on my sword. It's a little bit rough around the edges there. Quality wise it feels nigh on the same, perhaps a fraction lighter than the other Diaclone stuff, but if you're army building you would not have a Scooby-Doo, you really wouldn't. We get that lush little Akira style bike. I love these. Some of my favourite parts of the line. These are figure wise. We get the same standard style of figure with that kind of iffish face paint. This is the grey and red. We then get the predominantly grey, kind of grey silver, isn't it, I guess, and then we get the red and grey, and finally the red. These are pretty much exactly the same as what we've had throughout the rest of the line. Again, just building up that army. So we get 4 of these, we get 2 of these silver cannons, a little bit of swirling on that plastic there, very in keeping with the rest. And then we get these huge cannons, again kind of like lasers, to go on the top. Now there are several different variations for this figure. I will include a link at the end of the video to my original review for the official Diaclone figure, that way you can see all the different variations. It's just too much for me to do in this video. They are exactly the same. Each of these vehicles feels professionally made. There doesn't seem to be any unnecessary sprue markings. You do get the odd one, but I think they've basically just reverse engineered Takara and they are pretty much spot on. I love how these look. I love the Takara. Look at that. That's fantastic. It just drops. I love that Takara have reinvented the Diaclones. I really do. And then we have that large wing set. This was the set that got me most excited when Takara originally announced the return of Diaclones, because it really reminded me of the Staria figures. I used to love Starias. So I think they were Starias or Star Warriors. They had various different names, but slight bend on that, but it's a very flexible plastic. Oh, little extra piece of plastic on there. That will probably just, I could sand that down, or that'll probably just fall off once I slide those arms in. A small gap on this side compared to this side, but all in all, that's pretty spot on. Right, let's start putting this guy together. I'm going to clip those legs in on both sides. Open up the front of the legs, bring this piece up and in, and that allows us to bring the feet down and then give it a little twizzle at the thigh. Right, the laser cannon things just go in there, and these come around and they are going to go all the way back and fold in on either side. We can just bring the arms in and slide those down. The wing backpack section has a hole in the center here, and it has 4 clips. They correspond with this tab here and the 4 tabs there, so we can bring that in. That's going to push and connect in nicely on all 4 points. Rotate these wings downward. This thruster, it slides backwards, and then this can come down. And something that I know isn't essential, but I love the fact that they've still kept it from bootlegging the original. You just press the button, love that. Really do. Again, huge Star Wars vibe there. Right, now we can put these long laser cannons in on either side. So he's got those sticking out like that. Now in this final combined robot mode, we don't actually use these 2 ships. I've joined those together. We can just undo the back tab piece here. That's going to come down, and now we've got a loading bay there. That's just going to push and tab in and then load up and over, and that's now out of the way. We can either have these up or down. I think we're going to put those kind of down, although there's no real need to because it's not going to reach the floor, is it? There we go. That's the ship mode, and what we've got here is just accessories that we can interchange with what we already have on our mech. Now, even in this final mode, there are options. We can switch out these long cannons and we can bring in the shorter ones if you see fit. So that's personally my favorite preference. Or we could also change that out and have some guns as well. Personally, I prefer these, but it's each to their own. Flip that down and then push up, so this piece can come up, and we can just flip that round, and now we've got some cannon hands. You can't beat a good cannon hand, can you? I love how this guy looks, I honestly do. It's got some nice heft to him, and I say it once, I said it again, I love Starias, and these really do remind me of that Staria goodness. We can put the swords in the hands if needed. Personally, I don't think swords are very in keeping with how these look, but I know some of you really like robots with swords. With regards to articulation, the head can look left and right. We can tilt forwards and backwards. It does rock side to side, but not a great amount. There is light piping for those who love the pipes of light. We have up and down on these shoulder cannons. We have really nice ratchets on those shoulders. No butterfly joints in there though. The arms are ratcheted at the elbow. We have a flap at the side which allows for a friction joint to come up. There is an upper bicep rotation. We have rotation on the wrists and fixed hands. There is a rotation on the waist at 2 points, and albeit slight, it's hindered a little bit by these lasers here. If we were to detach them, would we really gain any more? I don't know, but there is an abdominal crunch in there as well. The legs can come forwards and backwards on friction joints, out to the side on a ridiculously tight ratchet. Upper thigh rotation, really nice soft ratchet on those knees. Fantastic range there. That's a really nice range there. I love the cutout on the leg there, which is completely perfect for that just to sit in. The feet can go forwards and backwards. We can go left and right, and yes, there is an ankle rocker, so we can get some nice pivot. See, look at that. What an incredibly nice, well balanced figure, just standing there casually on one foot. No stability issues whatsoever. Now, we also get this kind of sticker set with this pack as well, but I actually have no idea where it goes. I can't remember getting it with the original. I haven't had a chance to go back and view the original video, but I'm sure we didn't get this. I could be completely wrong, but where is it meant to go? And here he is alongside both official and old school KOs of Diaclone. This is an old KO of Gats Blocker, or Multi-Force 17 or something, I think it was called. But yeah, the figures do actually still fit inside, which is nice. And these all look really amazing together, and both Takara and Mech Fan Toys making these up. The Diaclone armies are growing stronger and stronger every second. There's a huge playability scale, and I absolutely love them. Thanks again to Shozy for making this review possible. I do apologise for any audio issues I've had during this video. My microphone has actually been chewed by our puppy. He thought that the lead hanging out of my pocket looked fun, so he chewed through it. So I've been experiencing some sound issues. If you'd like to purchase this, I've included a link in the description below, and as previously mentioned, I've included a link just up here to the original Diaclone review. Until next time, from myself and the Lost Planet DA-01, goodbye.